Hello, my friends. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions at 12 noon Central Time in the U.S. or as soon as I can get on. I've got a lump of lipstick that's bothering me. Anyway, it's right there. Anyway, sorry, I'm running a little late today. Some days it all falls together and some days it all falls apart, but we're here. I do have a hard cutoff time today, but you've got me for the next hour and 20 minutes, certainly. And we've got a lot of great questions and whatnot to get through. Really interesting stuff. We're actually going to start with something kind of cute. It's just sweet, it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's cute. So we're going to start with that. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. So thank you. And there's a great community here. And this is going to bug me if I have to do something about it. I'm so sorry. Oh, I see. I see what's happening here. I'm having different problems. But anyway, I'll fix it. Yeah. If you're watching this on replay, hello. Don't worry, you can skip all this. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out, and I timestamp as I go. So you can just pick and choose what you're interested in and jump ahead and not have to so while I'm fixing my lipsticks, it actually turns out there's a section next to it that's missing. I will put on this cute little video so you can see it. It really is adorable. Let me share this with you. Share screen. It's just a little political misunderstanding. All right. It's only a minute long.
Can I ask the honourable gentleman what work is being done to make sure that this place is more accessible, particularly for some of our colleagues who have a disability?
Here.
I'm sorry, it must be something to do with my Antipodean background. Could you please repeat the question, because I didn't follow it?
Well, very popular today. I was saying that a number of parliamentary colleagues who have disabilities do find it quite difficult getting around certain parts of the state. Given that we're doing this refurbishment work, what can be done to make sure that those with a disability are able to move around more freely and the place is accessible?
I'm really sorry. Please, could you do it very slowly in Antipodean English? Thank you.
Just give any old answer.
I think the answer might be helped if you can reply in writing when you're ready. Right, Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I'll try it on the first go.
Oh, no,
Can I? Because I'm Welsh, so God help him.
I'm Welsh, so God help him. So, oh, that was cute. I really enjoyed that. He was just asking about, for anybody who didn't understand, is basically asking, will things be put in place to help people with disabilities? That's all that was. But he couldn't understand the thick Scottish accent. So anyway, that's all that was. So it was very sweet. All right, so let me jump into today's questions. And let's see here. All right. So at 4:30, could you please say that again and slow it down? Yes, exactly. All right, at 4:30, we're going to jump into the Ukrainian questions. We have such stuff to cover today. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're starting out with Claudia Paiva. Is it Paiva? Paiva? I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Will Ukraine finally get the jets this week? And if yes, will that be a game changer for Ukraine? So we're looking for Ukraine jets. Ukraine get the jets. Ukraine get the jets. Oh, my ex-father-in-law was from Bristol, and he had a thick Bristol accent. And I had, when I first, met my ex, there were a couple of times I had to ask his father. I said, "I'm so sorry. I really apologize. I have no idea what you just said." And that's Somerset, out in Somerset. All right, Knight of Wands. Well, that's the Russians going forward and being awful in a country they don't own. They don't have a right to. Ace of Wands. Ooh, brutal. King of Pentacles. Fool. Knight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. That's a whole lot of money changing hands. I don't know if they're necessarily going to get jets or if they're only going to get jets, because this is a whole lot of. This is a King of Pentacles and just overgrown, materialistic, rich guy. And this is shifting money around, and this is somebody sitting pretty over here. So I don't know that it's just, I don't know if it's going to be jets or just going to be jets, but there's stuff coming. There's a lot of stuff coming for Ukraine, to help Ukraine. Oh, I saw that about, excuse me, I saw that about Bruce Willis, Trillion Treasures. Thank you. And thank you for the headlines today. That was helpful. But yeah, poor Bruce Willis. I hope he's okay. But Ukraine, they're getting a lot. Cecilia says Biden told President Zelensky the U.S. will give another $500 million in aid. There's a lot. Aiden saying, I've noticed you only read the cards upright. Is it easier to do than reversed? It started when I started. Fewer people knew what the cards meant, and they were trying to learn, and they wanted to know, and or there would be more confusion. So I just stuck to upright, and I've just stuck to upright ever since. So it's a lack of funds, a lack of support. And now I just go by if it feels positive or negative. So, Four of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. I mean, I've got one thing here that has to do with the sky. And this is the sky, but that's not, doesn't feel like planes. There's just, Ukraine is getting a lot. I don't know about jets, but they're getting a lot. I'm starting to think it's feeling a lot like drones, and you can arm drones. I don't know. So what I'm getting is Ukraine getting a ton of support, a ton of stuff. But I don't know about actual fighter jets. So, oh boy. Anyway. Oh, CC Ryder, we're going to be talking about Madison Cawthorn later. Somebody may have just put their foot in their mouth. Somebody may have to put up some details or shut up. We'll have to see. I don't like using that term, shut up. It's harsh, but hello, Linda. All right, so at 11 minutes, let's go into Steve's question. Okay, I'm out of space again. Oh, that's okay. Let me get rid of this too. Sorry, I've got. Oh no! Oh no! I erased like half of what's down here. All right, I got it back. Okay. All right. So at 11:15, Steve is asking, despite consensus that there would be no attacks on Russian soil, it was reported a Russian military encampment outside Belgorod was hit by a Ukrainian missile. How does this change things? Does it change things? You can't blame Ukraine. They're being attacked. I'm getting no. It's still a war. Ten of Wands, burden of war. It also could be stockpiles or a bunch of stuff, a bunch of weapon, a bunch of war stuff. Fool. Yeah, that Putin fool to do this in the first place. The plan. Ukraine's getting quite a bit of help. Magician. Hey, let's shoot there. They trying to weaken Russia. They're trying to weaken the Russia attack. Hit supplies, convoys. Anything that looks like it could do some damage. Do you blame them? So, making a quick note there. Done. All right. So at 14 minutes in, let's go on to Gretchen's question. Gretchen was asking, I would like to know the true state of the Russian army, their intelligence service, and more importantly, the state of their nuclear arsenal. Has it all been gutted? Wheezy Squeezebox says that was a legitimate military target, not residential areas. Exactly, which is what the Russians are doing. Doxy Mom says maybe they're just trying to score a few more tanks. Yes. Teresa Dale says the Russian government is saying the explosion was just an accident or sabotage. The Russian government is saying it may have been sabotage from their own people? Oh dear. Okay. Whew. All right. So Gretchen was saying, I would like to know the true state of basically has the Russian army been gutted. Well, we know beyond the fact that they've been gutted by the sheer greed of Putin and the oligarchs. They've been siphoning billions upon billions upon billions of money off into their stupid yachts and Putin's billion-dollar home and Zelensky's massive compound with the duck pond, which is why you see the big rubber ducks at Russian protests sometimes against corruption. It's because even in this lake outside Zelensky's, in this beautiful mansion, no, it's not Zelensky. I'm so sorry I keep saying that. Medvedev, whatever his name is. I don't like him. So, I'll have to look it up. Anyway, I can never get his name right. Sorry. Putin and Medvedev, they have massive compounds, multiple houses, all this stuff. And outside the one is this huge duck pond with this beautiful little duck house in the middle of the pond. So people, when they're protesting government corruption in Russia, they come out with their rubber ducks. It's a reference to that. Medvedev. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh boy, I totally blew that one into Kingdom Come. But he's awful. He's absolutely awful. So, King of Cups. Oh, they are. The West is definitely rethinking the situation. Apparently, Russia's military is not exactly well. Let's just. It's not exactly what they used to be. What the USSR military used to be in comparison to the West, and yeah. Okay, 4 of Cups, refusal. 8 of Pentacles, working. 2 of Cups, partnership. 9 of Wands, feeling beaten up. 10 of Wands, burden. Russia's not winning in a situation where what their enemy is getting, they're getting secondhand from the West. That's especially makes Russia look bad. Russia's saying, I'm not gonna listen to the West. They did set up their own like the way you process credit cards. They did set up their own system for that. And so that has helped a little bit, but you have to stay within the country for it to work. If Russians try to use their Visa or MasterCards outside of Russia now, they don't work at all. So he tried to set things up after at Crimea. And Putin tried to fortify his country against Western sanctions and whatnot. But this is still just not good. And it's making Putin look so bad to military leaders around the world. Basically, to some extent, it isn't even like the West called his bluff. He revealed his own bluff. And this is what a kleptocracy does. This is why we cannot let people like Trump turn being in government into their own personal piggy bank, because this is what happens. Doxy Mom, who took all the money that was supposed to be put into the Russian military? Putin and the oligarchs. It's a kleptocracy. They steal. Klepto. Kleptocracy is the same root of kleptomaniac. someone who compulsively steals. Kleptocracy is stealing as a form of government. Nine of Cups. Thief card. Seven of Swords, Justice, and King of Pentacles. They stole. It's theft. And this isn't so much, we want Putin tried for war crimes and all of that, but this is more, you can only mess with the scales of justice so much, with the balance so much, where you've siphoned so much money off for your own. I mean, seriously, after you've got in 2022, after you're a billionaire, once you're a billionaire, even before you're a billionaire, but I'm just being generous here. Once you're a billionaire, you don't need anything. You have enough stuff. You have enough money. Stop. I get happy if I find $5, I didn't know I had. It's like, oh. But seriously, once you have X many millions of dollars, you have enough. Stop. Grief. Okay. Off my soapbox. 22 minutes in. Elena has a question. Elena August has a question. 22 minutes in. Yes. Either by war or diplomacy, will Ukraine get Crimea back? As they should. Pamela Bryan has a point. The inflatable tanks, ships, and planes used in World War II were effective. Maybe Putin thought he could do the same. You have a point. Doxy Mama, right there on the soapbox with you. Oh, well, you are welcome. So either by war or diplomacy, will Ukraine get Crimea back? As they should. Helen is saying after 4 wars and no meaningful pushback, he thought it was going to be a breeze. Yep. World can be an ending or can be referring to the world. Let's see what the cards have to say. Empress. Emperor. Theft right in the middle. Either my blanket is possessed or Boo Boo's trying to get comfy. Sweetie, you uncovered yourself. Would you like your blanket back? Would you like your little blanket back, sweetheart? You're such a warm kitty. You're a good boy. There, now you can be warm. There you go. All right. Sorry. I want to make sure he's warm. They stole Crimea. It's part of their country. Putin tried to steal it, or did steal it for a while. He tried to fight it, but there comes a point where I just keep getting Putin is just flat out going to lose. And Crimea is going to demand it back. Okay, three more cards. Are they going to get it back? Darren Smith says cats, heat-seeking units. My theory are exactly the same. Boo-boo. Trillium Treasure says Boo-Boo Zen Kitty has a rough life. Lucky kitty. Oh, he's a good boy though. Well, they're heat-seeking because they're desert creatures. You know, that's why they want sunbeams, and that's why they're immune to scorpion venom. And I want to say there's a certain kind of nasty spider venom they're immune to as well, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. Sorry, Joanne was just saying former Russian soldiers join Ukraine against princess invasion? Oh gosh, I wish this was a princess invasion of princesses. Wouldn't that be much better than what we've got? I love autocorrect. They're starting to switch sides. Well, that's smart. Isabel Moss, cats are total comfort pigs. They're wonderful. Alexander says, well, I just learned a few things about kitties. Oh, good. Sandy Miller, yes, all hail the princesses. Tiffany Lilly saying yes. Joanne Morris, Putin's. Putin's invasion. I know, it's just, I love autocorrect. Desert Dawn says cats also do well against rattlesnake bites. Oh no. The kitten suffered necrosis but survived. Did great. Oh, bless. Isabel Moss saying, my Belle is a spoiled queen. Good. And she's dead. Desert creature? Boo-Boo Zen Kitty is Fremen? Dune reference for the win. Eight of Swords. Six of Pentacles, Magician World. I think they will eventually get it back. It's what it feels like. And the cards, even though I shuffled, the cards are being repetitive. So whatever those cards mean, definitely that. No, but seriously, that's what it feels like. They'll get them back. They'll get Crimea. Ukraine will get Crimea back. So, okay. 2830. You can't trust Putin. Can't trust him. Can't trust his military. Russia bombards Chernihiv. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Chernihiv. Hours after pledging to halt shelling. Because of course they did. Mayor of northern Ukraine city says there's no evidence of any withdrawal of Russian forces. Russia's been talking about withdrawing forces from the north and just focusing on the east and the west. And nah. And then saying there's going to be a pledging, there's going to be a halt to the shelling, and not doing it. They lie. They lie like rugs. And it comes down to Putin, but because the buck stops there, but all the way down. I mean, Putin has created this culture of lying. Seriously, it's Isabel Moss is saying, of course they're lying. Yeah. Helen's saying Russia's lied from the outset. Exactly, Linda Sue. That's what I was going to say. Yep. Open dishonesty reminds me of the former guy. This is what happens if we did not get Sniffy out of office. It would have just descended into more and more. And boy, have we got some interesting questions about him coming up. But for now, What about peace talks? What about is there any point having peace talks? Any point trying to work something out? Page or King of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Knight of Swords. No. Russians are seeing any kind of diplomacy talks, what have you, it's a stalling tactic. Attack, cause chaos, misery, attack women. That's been happening. It's awful. I'm all in for peace talks in theory, but the reality is there's no good faith here. Nope. Darren Smith says Jim has over 519,000 subscribers. I'm happy for Jim. I don't know who Jim is. Good for him. So that was any point in peace talks. All right, so now we're going to come back to the States. We've got some Trump and January 6th. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys saw this. At 32 and a bit, Trump, I'm not making this up. Trump brazenly asked Putin to release dirt about Biden's family. I'm not kidding. It worked before. Russia, if you're listening, would you like me to give you the exact quote? Happy to do it. This is on CNN. In an interview published Tuesday, former President Bloody called on President Vladimir Putin to release any damaging information he has about the Biden family. In the latest example of Trump's willingness to solicit and embrace domestic political help from foreign powers, including even from Putin, who is currently overseeing a bloody war against Ukraine. Trump pushed an unproven claim about Hunter Biden's business dealings with Russia and said it's not clear that any material exists or if the Kremlin has access to it. Quote, Trump said, I would think Putin would know the answer to that. I think he should release it. I think we should know that answer. There's still people supporting this guy. Still supporting this guy. Spiralized, asking why is he still talking? Oh, we'll get there. There are more questions today about him, and one of these questions is a little bit scary, but we're not in a bad situation right now. Okay, so we're gonna breathe today. We're gonna start getting into some kind of hairy questions after this. So okay. So is Russia going to help him? Is anybody going to listen to this? Most people don't care. They're not remotely paying attention. They have no idea what I just said happened. I mean, you have to understand, I'm here every single day. A lot of you are too, which is awesome. And we're news junkies. I mean, we just are. We're new age news junkies. That's just kind of how we do. And okay, 4 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Trump wants money from Russia. He wants political favors. He wants anything he can get because he's a greedy thief. But he really wants money from Russia. He needs money to keep his facade of being successful going. But Russia's got their own problems right now. And the US is actually pouring money to help help protect the country that Russia just invaded unlawfully. Wow, Putin's actually missing Trump right now. He's pretty much the only one. And, I'm thinking right now, does anybody in the whole world actually miss Trump? Not many. Not many. They're not paying attention to him. Oh, he's so vile. Okay. Hello, Doxy Mom. Don't always catch you live, but watch you daily. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so at 37, question 7 at 37. Takes so little to make me happy. This is the part that is a little hairy, but we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out. One more time because we're going to need it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. For Donald Trump, getting back to normal still means overthrowing the government. The January 6th Select Committee seemed close to concluding that compelling Republican lawmakers to testify wasn't worth the inevitable ugly fight. Then Representative Mo Brooks dropped a bombshell. The Alabama Republican revealed in a public statement last week that former President blah had repeatedly and recently raised the idea of attempting to rescind the 2020 election results and reinstall him as president after the midterms. It was a stunning allegation that would show Trump not only attempted to subvert the 2020 election while in office, but that he is extracting promises from allies to try again if they take power in 2023. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. So, is the stuff is okay, let's put it this way. Is this going to scare the pants out of people enough that they're going to be willing to do what I'm willing to do and what I think a lot of you are willing to do, which is being willing to crawl over broken glass to vote? I'd stand in a line for hours. I will bring a book. Oh, good luck, Linda. Russell reads, what? Yes. If the Republicans take over the House and the Senate, there is a push. Trump is pushing for them to overturn the 2020 election and reinstall him as president. How's this going to go? You know what? This is a I still have time. So This is an overloaded Celtic kind of thing. Let me move my planner. The pens. Oh, cat hair. All right, let's look at this. Is this the right side up? Yes. Let me shuffle again. All right, Trump. The Republicans taking control of the House and Senate, and then doing their level best to overturn the 2020 election to reinstall Trump. And if you think, oh, that can't happen, have you been paying attention? Fraud McFraudster has been getting away with all kinds of stuff for a long time. Oh, and by the way, while you're annoyed, we'll just lump this in here now. The sale of his Washington, D.C. hotel, the sale to the right, that went through. Government didn't stop it, and he made $100 million. Russell reads, Garland! Yes. By the way, I would like to thank the person yesterday who suggested that Jared Kushner is Lucius Malfoy, because, oh, so much yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, and by the way, these nails are from Diana Cachet. Got me these beautiful, beautiful nails. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's have a look. Dun, dun, dun. This will be, well, I'll turn it right side up for you. All right. Card for the reading. Thief. Yes, trying to steal the election, the presidency. Surprise. All right, this is going to be backwards, but at least I'll turn the cards up towards you. In the past, well, it actually feels like Republicans, a lot of Republicans being willing to go along with him just to keep Democrats out of power. But there's no guarantee they wouldn't do that again. Center of the reading, Emperor. Not a duly elected president. Oh, nay, nay. An actual emperor. Hanging above the reading, Trump the man. And the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, he's still working it. He's still working Republicans. How awful. Below the reading, oh, the potential of some legal stuff hitting Trump any day now, about his, the weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows. The Grift Co. Grifting and Grift Co. And investigations, possible prosecutions. Hello, Letitia James. About Grift Co. here. Okay, we'll get to this in a second. Home environment. We'd be a little upset, I think, if they actually yeah, I think if Republicans overturn the 2020 election, I think there'd be a little bit of upset. Just hopes and fears. Hope is we're all going to go out and vote, and Democrats will win. We'll still retain control of Congress and possibly even gain some seats, and we won't have to worry about any of this. That's the hope. That's Trump's fear. What other people see? Trump is broke. He's got a facade going, but he's broke. And the challenge, sheer corruption, what these Republicans are willing to do for power, which apparently is anything. All right, so that's where I pulled this out. This is near future 1 and 2, final outcome 1, 2, and 3. So near future 1, it's a little worrying. Yeah, Oh, and it's also worrying for him with all this stuff about to come out. Near future, too. This is trying to stop investigations, stop basically trying to kick down the cups, but they can't kick down all of them. So this is, wow, that's actually some worry in Trump world. Good. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3 is, are Republicans going to retake Congress and overturn the 2020 election and reinstate Sniffy? There's government. High Priestess. Ten of Pentacles. His legacy lives on. The legacy of his far-right garbage lives on. But that's the government. This is final outcome. This is not a card of taking power. This is higher wisdom or hidden secrets. This is, there's all kind of stuff going on here, but this, it's not his family secretly taking control of the government. No, it's his legacy of lying, secrets, keeping things hidden, using the government as his own personal piggy bank. Whoops. Okay. Thank you, N. Moss. Thank you. It makes me feel good. Okay. How long did it take you to understand the cards? I don't know. My main thing is, if you want to, but my big thing is, if you really want to learn something, do it daily. If you really want to get good at something, do it daily. So it gets easier and easier. And to this day, even after all this, I still get thrown off on using certain other decks. If the pictures are, I'm so visual that if the pictures are really different or really blank, sometimes I can get confused. But on the whole, and a lot of what I'm going with here is what I feel. Sometimes I'll get a beautiful spread, but it doesn't mean anything, or it doesn't mean what it would normally. It would if you were just reading the traditional meaning. So all right. Yes, Rassen reads practice, practice, practice. Exactly. So thank you, Tiffany. So Trump's political future. And then I'll lift the camera back up. Oops, two there. Trump's political future. His legacy. Oh, by the way, Sniffy Jr. is still holding on to delusions of running for office. Oh, that's so amusing. Okay. Well, everybody who's followed him feels beaten up. Strength. Page of Cups in the center. We got two cards here. Whew. Death and the Lovers. Wow. And Three of Cups. We don't need to worry about Trump. It's the rise of women, the rise of democratic power. This is the death cult and death of the cult right here. And we Yeah, we're going into a very Aquarian time, and it's going to be the rise of equality and the rise of human rights and women's rights and gay rights and trans rights and all those other good things. So I don't think we need to worry. All right, so Fran, I'm running. I'd love to read on that tomorrow, but hello. I'd love to read on that tomorrow, but Wednesdays is a hard cutoff time for me today, and I just want to get through the rest of the questions. But I will be back tomorrow. I am literally here every single day of the year. Weekends, weekdays, your birthday, my birthday. I'm here. Matter of fact, my 1200th video is coming up soon. 1200 videos. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. We'll see. So, thank you, Sherry. All right. Thank you, Fran. All right, let me turn this down just a touch. And I do want to take just 1 second after I turn this down. There, that's better. To just check Messenger right here. I want to make sure Sarah's okay. There have been some nasty tornadoes going on. The texts weren't coming through. Okay. Excuse me. All right, the tornadoes went east of Sarah. She's down in Shreveport, Louisiana. They went east of Sarah, but her biological father lives in a house that's on stilts, and he drove away to try to get out. So I'm not sure what he's going back to. And then the mother of her foster kids was in the area where there were some tornadoes as well. But so far, we think everybody is okay, but we're not sure about houses and things like that. So I saw there was a message from her, so I wanted to check. Whew. That part of the country does not need any more storms, but climate change. Brutal. Okay, so Trump's political future. All right, so we got that done. Now, a little bit of hope here. At 53 minutes, the headline was "Beware, Trump." 80 new Justice Department lawyers can do a lot of digging. The Justice Department's proposed budget for the fiscal year of 2023 includes $34 million to hire 80 attorneys for the investigation into the January 6th insurrection. The department has already brought more than 750 cases, and Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco made clear at a news briefing on Monday that the department is not stopping there. The January 6th investigation is among the most wide-ranging and most complex that this department has ever undertaken, she said. It reaches nearly every U.S. attorney's office, nearly every FBI field office. Regardless of whatever resources we seek or get, let's be very, very clear. We are going to continue to do those cases. I like it. I like it. Just trying to make a little bit more space so I can save stuff. Get rid of that. Will that save? Yes, it'll save now. Okay, good. So, Department of Justice, are you taking seriously going after not only the pathetic excuses for human beings who are the knuckle-dragging lowlifes who stormed the Capitol, but also the people higher up, the people of power who organized it. DOJ. Are you actually taking this seriously? Are you being allowed to take this seriously? DOJ. Eight of Wands. Well, they certainly attacked. The people attacked the. This is the right wing. All those people. There are a lot of cases because there were a lot of people who attacked the Capitol. It's a lot. Eight of Cups. Death card. 10 of Swords. King of Swords. People killed. This is prosecutors just coming down on everyone involved, or people involved. The people higher up, they're refusing to cooperate, which is slowing things down. Okay. It's slowing things down, but are you actually going to, DOJ, are you actually going to go after Trump? $57. DOJ to go after Trump. Jen Glenn says, I think people really underestimate just how big the January 6th investigation is. There's so much info and so many people involved. It takes time. That's true. DOJ, are you going after Trump? There's a legal decision. Okay, making a decision. Ten of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Star. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Trying to get the poison out of the well. Going after the people politically married to Trump who are going for this far-right victory. We're finding out, well, we already know a lot about the fruits of their labor, what they did, how they did it, and there's more to come out. This is trying to get the poison out of the well. This is going up high, but I don't know that it's Trump. All right, DOJ. Are you going to go after Donald Trump himself? January 6th. Insurrection. Roxanne is saying the January 6th committee said they have interviewed over 750 people and still have about 100 to go. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go after Trump himself for January 6th. Strength. Knight of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Evidence. That feels like aggressively going after them. Trump runs out of delay tactics. there's a whole lot of evidence still being organized. There's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. Okay, so let's go on to Aiden's question. Okay, this is probably going to be the most upsetting thing I'm going to read on today. But then we'll look at some other stuff. 1 hour, 30 seconds. How will the U.S. public react to the Supreme Court changing, over effectively overturning, gutting Roe versus Wade? How will the U.S. public react? He also asked how will the world react, but I think I'm just going to stick to the U.S. public for now. First of all, will this three cards, will the Supreme Court basically overturn? Oh, just send it back, everything back to the states. Knight of Swords. We have far-right advocates. Six of Cups, Strength. Two of this is some idealized, not only is this an idealized 1950s white entitled world view, patriarchal, whatever. This is also a bunch of people around right now who are thinking, I'm not going to worry. No point voting. No point messing with it. They're not going to change it. It's not going to affect me. Oh, just you wait. We are strong. We are going to get through it. But it's going to take the real rise of women's power, because ding ding, Supreme Court says send it back to the states. So state by state by state. So how is the U.S. going to react? How are people in the U.S. going to react to this? Because it's going to be chaos. Linda Sue says, I've voted with my eyes crossed from surgery. You ain't stopping me. Good. Not listening to reason, not listening to the far right, not listening to reason, not, yeah. Breathe. 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 Telling myself more than anything. Yeah, lovers. Ace of Pentacles. Judgment. Ace of Cups. Three of Wands. If you're living in a particularly red state, and you are not particularly of the red political persuasion yourself, you may not be happy there. Things could get ugly, because once this goes back to the states, there are whole bunches of things, because what the precedent they're messing with also refers to a whole bunch of other rights, gay rights, a lot of women, even interracial marriage, you name it. Individual states can just have at it. It's a big old gift to the right. And oh gosh. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to cry. I'm not. Because this makes me angry. But just have a look at what's in the bottom of this picture. Not the people. What's underneath the people? Yeah. Rise of democratic power elsewhere. People are going to go out and vote. Thank heavens I live in Illinois. Well, northern Illinois. Chicagoland, at least. Grace is saying women should boycott, but it's not that simple. There are a lot of abusive relationships out there. They're not all, of course, but there are a lot of abusive relationships out there. And if those wives who just suddenly said no, yes, Polly Wanda, turn your tears into votes. Exactly. I'm moving on. Matter of fact, it's 1:26, and I'm going to go on to. I'm going to actually just make. I'm going to skip the next question. Because it's on limiting voting rights, and I'm going to save that for tomorrow because I just can't right now. 107. Let's move on to Cawthorn. Who? Here's the thing. So Madison Cawthorn, in his infinite whatever he does, he came out and he was saying that why he's been in is it here? I don't have the original thing, but it was he's been invited to. I know this. There can be kids around, so I'll just say ORGIES and sniffy stuff parties. That as a member of Congress, he's been invited by other members of Congress or whatever it was to these kinds of parties. Well, he may have been thinking he would get either one, it's true, and he was invited to a Gates party, or it's not true and he was just trying to score political points, the way that Ted Cruz was saying, almost without exception, every time I get on a plane, the pilot or the flight attendant will hug me. No way, bucko. Anyway, so Cawthorn's comments has stirred trouble within the Freedom Caucus, of which he is a member. Those of you outside of the U.S., the Freedom Caucus is they're different in Congress. There are different groups to align themselves together, and one of them is the far right Freedom Caucus. Freedom, they steal this word, patriot, freedom, The ultra-conservative group's chair says he also wants to speak with the North Carolina Republican about his salacious claims concerning his colleagues. Kevin McCarthy isn't the only senior Republican who wants to have a talk with Representative Madison Cawthorn about his claim. Representative Scott Perry, the chair of the Freedom Caucus, which Cawthorn belongs to, by the way, says, quote, I think it's important if you're going to say something like that to name some names. And you think, you want to score points and attack certain, want to blame people, and oh no, oh nay. You should have to name names if you're going to make those kind of brushstroke accusations and impugn the character of the people in this institution or anybody else in this town. So basically, what happened is he thought he was scoring political points by saying, oh, these corrupt, blah, blah, blah. But by saying what he said, he threw that muck on everyone in Congress. And so the people, McCarthy, the leader of the Republicans in the House and chair of the Freedom Caucus, are like, you need to name some names or you need to take that back. So, what's going to happen? Yeah, I say a Gates party could be. So what's going to happen? I think he could name names, but I think that'd be Republican. Okay, Rubio. Ew. Yes. Ew. And it's a shame. I mean, I saw the photograph of him that this article with the photo of him. It's a great photo of him. He's a good-looking man. And then you find out what is behind that very, very, very shallow facade. And it's the picture of Dorian Gray. Ugh. That's quite the burden you just threw on Congress. Electrostorm says he has an ugly soul. He's got a lot of unresolved anger is what he has. He had a lot of entitlement. Now he has a lot of unresolved anger. And I understand that. There are therapists who specifically deal with people who have chronic and life-threatening illnesses and various disabilities. And I know because I talked to one years ago. And I was like a picnic for her because I was just in pain all the time. Other people she was dealing with were dying from AIDS. So he should be getting help for the understandable anger of what happened to him. But instead, he's just poured it all into his... That's the one thing about that picture of him that I saw. It's a very nice picture of him, but boy, does it look like it could be a Germany in the 30s youth poster type thing. All right, 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups. This is all very small potatoes. This is him running his mouth and making a mess. I wonder if he is actually going to try to blame it on Democrats, or if he's going to try to pivot to Democrats, push a conspiracy theory about Democrat. I don't know, but this is Democratic energy here. And this is... Whew, he talked himself into a corner. Joanne Mars says he has a picture in his attic. Yes. Yes. Joanne says just because it's wrapped nice doesn't mean it's a good gift. Wise words. If there are any young people here who are single people, and I myself should listen as well, take that to heart. Just because it's got a nice wrapper doesn't mean it's a nice gift. You gotta be careful. It feels like trying to get this out of the news quickly. This never happened. Plan. This is good. This benefits the Democrats. Why am I getting positive cards for the Democrats? I'm getting positive cards for the Democrats, both sets of cards. It ends, both of them. Positive cards for the Democrats. I don't know what this is, but it's very clear. I don't know how it comes to be, but it's very clear. So I'll take it. All right, I've got 5 minutes left. Let's see what else I've got here. And any questions I don't cover today, I will move to tomorrow. Jen Glenn says maybe the positive cards have something to do with Matt Gaetz. Oh, I hope so. Please. What does it take? What does it take to get these people arrested? Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's just me. All right, what else have I got here? All right, let's answer Jen Glenn's question. According to NBC News, Biden's approval rating. Wait, 116.30. And thank you for being here today. All right, 116.30. According to NBC News, Biden's approval rating has fallen to the lowest level of his presidency, despite a booming economy. Are polls being tampered with? Can they be trusted? All right, well, let's just look at his Biden's approval rating. It's been raining off and on. It keeps getting a tiny bit brighter and then darker. Spiral Eye says, it's not just you. We were raised to expect integrity because we were expected to live up to it. We were supposed to live with integrity. And we'd get in trouble when we didn't. Spama says, that is all of us. Doxy also has 2 kitties. Oh, good. Al Menzi says, I haven't trusted the poll since 2015, 2016. All right, let's have a look at, actually, this is more like 118 now. Let us take pity on the poor souls using the time stamping. Biden's, just do this. There, that works. All right, Biden's approval ratings. Biden's approval ratings. Knight of Swords. Well, the situation in Ukraine is certainly, I think it's helped his numbers. Knight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups, Ace of Wands. They're faults. It feels like faults in the way they're doing it. It is still weighted toward older people who have landline phones, who I'm just getting the Republicans are able to, they're being overrepresented. And then Republicans in Congress use it as a bludgeon. But believe me, there are a lot of Democrats, and we're really, 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 really relieved that Trump's not in office, and that, at least in theory, Democrats have control of Congress. So, well, even though it's skewed, Will Biden's poll numbers improve? Will Biden's poll numbers improve? Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Mindy. I just realized I have to make dinner again tonight. I just made it last night and the night before and before that. What is up with that? I hear you. It's like cleaning. What? I just cleaned that. I cleaned that the other day. I'm always cleaning that. It's never clean. I don't understand it. Page of Cups. Thank you, Mindy. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords. It's never going to be spectacular, I don't think, but it's going to get much better when all the stuff starts coming out. All the stuff, the heartache from the Supreme Court, yes, inflation is hard. So that's not in his favor. But once you get the Supreme Court and you get the January 6th committee explaining what happened, there should be some improvement. So that's what I'm getting for that. Anyway, it's 1:41 here in Chicago. I'm afraid on Wednesday, this is my hard cutoff time. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you. Thank you, Al. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will be over at Book Art Media at 4 o'clock for Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow as I am every single day of the year. All right. So hang in there. Thank you for everything. All right. You're not alone. We're in this together. And please don't forget, there are good days ahead. There are. All right. Take care. And I'll talk to you later.